Good morning. Thanks for your company this Tuesday, the 2nd of March. I'm Jessica Amir, a market analyst with Bell Direct. Well, somewhat in a reverse of what we've seen over the past week, the Nasdaq surged 2.9% overnight. The broader S&P 500 up 2.4%, with investors buying heavily into big tech giants and economic recovery stocks, and also selling down bonds. So that caused longer-term interest rates to fall, and importantly, they've also stabilised too, which is good news. And this all proves that the risk-on mood is back. Now, the reason for the bullish sentiment, importantly, a trifecta of reasons. The Centre for Disease Control signed off on Johnson & Johnson's vaccine rolling out, with lawmakers prepped to ship out 4 million doses tomorrow in the US. The second reason sentiment was high overnight, the House finally passed that $1.9 trillion COVID relief package, with it now over to the Senate to consider. And the third reason, better than expected economic company news poured through. So standouts included Dentistry Group, Dent Supply, their shares rose 13% on stronger earnings results. Estia up 11% after they guided for a stronger year ahead, while Zoom surged 9%, with investors pretty pumped that sales are expected to surge 331% this year. Now, what to watch today? Well, the broad Aussie market is expected to have a jolly good day. The futures are suggesting a lift of 0.7%, which will take us back above the 15 and 30-day moving averages. And it's also important to note that the addition of 0.7%, if the futures come to fruition, it'll be a nice addition to yesterday's 1.7% push, proving bullish sentiment is back. Now, tech stocks will see a bit of action today after pulling back 13% last week. Keep in mind, some of the biggest tech stocks in Australia have seen their biggest pullback in a year. Afterpay and Zip are both down about 20% from their mid-Feb peak, while accounting business Xero is down about 8% over the same time. Circuit board maker Altium ALU is down about 14% from their early Feb high. So there's plenty of stocks on sale, I guess. Secondly, keep your eye on agricultural stocks today like Elders, Grain Corp, Nufarm and RRF. That's because the Ag-body called ABARES has forecast the sector will produce $66 billion of produce this year, with the grains sector to see the biggest jump in earnings. Also keep an eye on those aged care companies like Estia, EHE and Regis, REG, likely to receive some of that extra $452 million in funding in the wake of the Aged Care Royal Commission handed down yesterday. Commodity stocks to see some mixed results again today. The oil price has fallen for the second session on fears that Chinese demand could be slowing. Gold also fell for the second day, while silver staged a bit of a rebound, rising 0.7%. Copper also nudged up 0.3%, while the iron ore price has continued to charge ahead. The iron ore price is now back at $174 US. Keep in mind that BHP, listed in New York, rose almost 4% overnight, and Rio Tinto, also in New York, rose almost 3%. So it'll probably be a pretty spectacular day for the locally listed ASX giants, BHP and Rio. Also keep an eye on some of those most traded stocks from yesterday. For our active trader desk, they're called Bell Direct Advantage. They were IOU, MNS, AJL and PIL. Economic data out today, plenty to sink your teeth into. Building permits out for Jan. The market expects permits to have fallen 3% in Jan after skyrocketing about 11% in December. So keep your eye on building and construction stocks like CSR, Brickworks, JHX, that's James Hardie, and Fletcher Building, FBU. And also the RBA, of course, meets today. All eyes are on stimulus, as in how much money the government is prepared to fork out in bonds to keep the AUD, to keep the Aussie dollar where it wants. Now, as for trading ideas that could be worth your consideration, a company called Atmo Diagnostics, AT1 is the ticker. They were initiated by Bell Potter as a speculative buy with a 60-cent target. That implies almost 160% upside in a year. Now, for those that don't know, Atmo Diagnostics develops and sells what they're called rapid diagnostic tests, or RDTs. Now, they're devices which are commonly used by diabetic patients and the like. Now, Bell Potter sees that AT1's revenue will rise and the company will make a profit by FY22. Secondly, UBS increased its buy recommendation for Nufarm NUF with a new 570 target. Now, if you compared Nufarm to its global peers, I guess it's trading at about a 30% discount, and it's also set to see a 45% earnings lift. That's according to UBS. Separately, BlueScope Steel, BSL, Straker Translation, STG and OFX. OFX is the ticker code. They could be worth a look. They're giving off bullish charting signals according to Trading Central. I'm Jessica Amir with Bell Direct. Stay safe. Happy trading.